Welcome into Budweiser Gardens here on your Saturday evening for some National Basketball League of Canada action. The London Lightning are a perfect 5-0 to start the 2022 season, and interesting enough, they'll take on a team called the Five. The Sudbury Five come in with a 3-3 record, fresh off of a 193 victory last night at the Odd in Kitchener, Ontario over the KW Titans. Interesting enough, London also beat the KW Titans. I was here at Budweiser Gardens last Wednesday evening. 93 points was also put on the board by the Titans, but London followed too with 111. Sudbury 5 looking to get above 500 here in the 2022 NBL of Canada season. London looking to stay undefeated. And may took a little longer while than National Basketball League fans wanted, but here it is, Five versus Lightning right now.
With Jermaine Haley. Haley is a player I really think has tons and tons of potential. He did do some time with the national team as well, hence he was late.
Jeremy
to
Harris
the Lightning.
Loses it. Haley up the court, take to the rack. Can't get it to go off the window, partner. Jones collects the loose change into the corner. Three, won't go. Jalen Bland, defensive board, pushes the pace up the court, runs into Jones, feeds White. It's up and it's good.
There you go. They like to shoot. First opportunity you got.
Remember,
well it went.
The tradition here at Budweiser Gardens, the fans stay on their feet until the Lightning get their first basket of the game. Jones goes to the offhand and goes window.
He is fearless, is he not? Wow. And you always got to look. He's the smallest player on the court most of the time, but he's the most fearless, goes in the paint, takes the contact, puts
his body on the line a lot. I mentioned this last broadcast, partner. He didn't necessarily agree with me. I am worried over the course of a season what that's going to do to him. Tate to ice him. Thought about taking the three. Kicks it out to Tate, who in turn does the same thing, but lost it right in the breadbasket of Zena.
A wide open three and dribbled right into the middle of three players. Why is he not shooting in rhythm?
Dexter Williams Jr. kicks it out for Jeremy Harris off the back of the iron. Ice him, spinning around like a bottle top, pulled away the ball in the process. Haley switches hands and hits it off the square.
I am so impressed with his potential. Well, not potential, and just what he can do on the court. I think he just has scratched the surface here with the London Lightning. He can be more and more assertive as far as I'm concerned.
Step back Jay from Bland, won't go. Rebound recycled by Jeremy Harris.
A lot of times a smaller guard will get the rebound, right? Because all his big players are doing all the box outs, which they should be doing very well. And he gets to collect that loose rebound. So it's not always him battling for the rebound, but it's falling in front of him because his teammates are doing such a good job of box out, which happened that time. When he's matched up like that, I really do.
Makes them pay from the charity stripe, cuts the lead down to 4. It is Williams Jr. Again, Dexter Williams Jr. losing it. He was trying to get Jalen Bland in the corner. Bland marauders the ball away, 3-ball, bang!
Do you see? That's the philosophy I'm talking about. Like, he had a big with Chris Jones down underneath the rim, and he didn't give him the ball. He stopped and pulled up for the three-pointer. That's the philosophy they have.
Jalen Bland also played in Luxembourg and Mexico, and between stints with the Sudbury Five, he competed in the CEBL with the Fraser Valley Bandits. Marcel White on the inbound will find Zena Adasumwan. Dexter Williams Jr. down low. Bland too strong, slaps in his own rebound. Will calm everything through Jalen Bland.
Late to react to that double team. They force a turnover.
Using the Big C screen, tried to attack the rack over Forte, and he almost framed up the Phoenix, Arizona native. Tate cuts in, goes to the right hand and off the glass.
Terrific decision to break down the defense all the way to the hoop. You need to adapt. And this is one of the things I always thought of Plum. He adapts well in a game. For game strategy, you might set out with something at the beginning of the game, and then during the game you make some different moves, different matchups.
Jalen Bland looked fancy, but hit the front of the rim and is rejected. Thomas, bounce pass down low. Amir Williams to the rack.
Very effective with his first possession down under. He's got the size to hold off his defender.
Jordan Jensen White almost like a full press here, not allowing Sudbury any breathing room through Jalen Bland. Instead it goes to Big C. Bring down the hammer, good sir.
That's one strong guy. My goodness.
Yeah, I don't want to get in the way of the 15 freight train known as Zena Adasumwan, the Los Angeles, California native and product of Harvard. How did that pass find Amir Williams? Scary Terry, a no-looker.
He was just determined to get that pass off. He knew he was there, but he was just fighting off the defenders and finally got it free. And Amir Williams puts it back.
Man, that big Z dunk, though, it seems like a powder keg is starting to get poured in here, and then Amir Williams follows it up. This place could explode if this continues like this. Bland awkwardly loses a step. I hope he's okay. Somehow Big Z pulls it away. He wanted to travel. You're not going to get it. Harris pops it down from 10 away. Back to our keys of the game, brought to you by the stable. Harris going to go cross court, reeling this one down as Jalen Poser is into the game. Kirk Williams Jr., the former London Lightning, can't get this one to go. So Jones and his team down by 4, using a bit of a screen from Amir Williams into the corner of the Canadian. It's going to go down. Jordan Jensen White.
Got his feet underneath him just behind the three-point line, squared his shoulders up, and there, down the drain it went.
Poetry in motion as he released that rock. Harris used the screen originally from his teammate in Kirk Williams Jr. He's going to give him the ball instead. Near wing 3. Oh, air ball.
That's unusual. He's usually pretty accurate from out there.
Jones on the spin, loses his defender temporarily. Raheem Williams bounce pass to a fellow Canadian. Jordan Jensen White to the rack.
That's what you get when you have a post presence, right? You get the ball in the post, everybody's looking at you, and somebody comes back door right down the lane. Nice pass.
London tasting the lead now, albeit by 1 point with 3:45 remaining. Bland, as he spilled down to the ground, punched that ball to his teammate Poser and let the play continue. Harris fakes the shot, got it to Poser, rejected by Terry Thomas. Thomas, by the way, 1 point away from tying Marvin Phillips and 2 points away from being 10th all-time in NBLC scoring. This time, though, it's your boy, Chris Jones, capping it off.
Oh, got a tight handle. He really dribbles the ball well. Oh, inadvertent deflection works out well for Williams Jr., Kirk, that is.
Yeah, they were trying to get to the big man. It deflected off of a lightning hand.
I like that. They're really changing up their style a little bit. Putting it inside.
Tied up at 22s with 2:22 remaining. Check that. 3-ball splash.
What'd you call him? Scary Terry? That's what the team calls him? I tell you, I
right.
think he's a gunslinger. So.
By the way, on the court right now, Josiah Masta-Andre making his London Lightning debut. The 6'2 native of Port Coquitlam, BC, is a Simon Fraser University product and played just a week ago for them. Beautiful pass to the baseline, reversing it off the window.
Jones
Why not?
puts his hands up, says, I turned my head, and my man went back door. My fault.
Now, him and Logan Stutz, remember, he was the assistant.
I love Logan Stutz, yeah.
He was the assistant for Stutz last season. The Five posted a 12-10 record before the COVID shutdown, and they were in the hunt with London as Forte is completely undetected and decides to take advantage of it.
Undetected, good word. That London has missed, and they're still up by 3.
Forte has not had, the last 2 shifts at the office, last Wednesday and today, have not started off the best, considering 2 games ago he had 32 points and a rebound shy of a double-double. Long 3-ball jacked up, not enough muscle behind the Dexter Williams Jr. shot, and that concludes the first quarter of basketball. And that really started from that Lansing Pharaohs game where Doug Plum wasn't afraid to pretty much rotate all the guys in the uniform. Dexter Williams Jr. trying to go around the defense, lost it, got it back, gives it to the big man, awkwardly puts it up and gets the friendly roll.
They had to work for that one, but I could see that
Junior
in him.
year.
I really, this is my first look at an in-person on court. I'm very impressed.
So Dexter Williams Jr., he seems to be the point guard out there. He's left alone, jacks up the shot, bullseye.
Well, I compare him to Chris Jones. That's why he's sort of director of the music out there. Well, every possession counts, right?
10 minutes to go to the halftime break. Jalen Tate getting some separation via Amir Williams. Williams going to get the ball from Haley, working it down low. Wanting an offensive charge and not getting it is Dexter Williams Jr.
Played it up a little bit, but there was some contact there, but he's in the restricted area as well. Man's got a right to turn his shoulder to go to the hoop.
We'll see if Jalen Bland fares better on this possession. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. He puts it up. It's an air ball that ends up hitting his teammate, I believe, in the face, and Dexter Williams Jr. The other way, it's Forte to a teammate. 2-hand cram from Amir Williams.
Terrific timing on that bounce pass, which I really like, instead of the pass directly into the man's chest. That bounce pass leading him right to the hoop.
Also harder for any defenders to steal it away if they're in between.
I've preached that for many years. The bounce pass is so valuable.
Amir Williams, as I mentioned, 4 years in a Buckeyes uniform for Ohio State. Now Zena, I apologize.
Sorry, I got you.
He put up the shot. It won't go. And to be honest with you, both big men have kind of cooled down here in the second quarter, Forte and Zena. Driving baselines, Haley lost the rock in the process. Loose change, rolls to Big Z, and now numbers the other way for Bland, who pops the three, won't go.
Preferred style of play instead of taking it to the hoop with a 3-on-2.
His team was trailing by 4. Forte, I thought he was on his... How does that count? I don't know.
Well, he's stuck with it that time, and Sudbury is being careful of, no, the ball got knocked out of his hands.
The other equation is Josiah is a Canadian out of Port Coquitlam, BC. That's now 7
well.
Canadians
Okay.
on Doug Plum's team, meaning that they are over the league average needed, so they could, in theory, drop a Canadian and add an American player throughout this year if they need to. Dexter Williams Jr. jacks up the long two, and the Jacksonville, Florida native nails it.
Well, they're 36-30, so they're in the playoff hunt, only 2 games out of the 6th playoff spot. They beat the Phoenix Suns, the best team in the league, last night, so
Forte
I
up the
don't
court.
think I'd want to play them in the playoffs, the Raptors, to be honest with you. That takes a lot of coordination and hard work, is right.
Forte being fed by Isom, and the two bigs go at it beneath the basket. Forte lost the rock, and I think they got to credit Zena for a block there, partner.
I do. I agree with 100%.
Bland, drive by from Isom, hit him.
Try to get Bland going again. He got a quick early start. He's not afraid to shoot the three. He just hasn't had a sniff at any of those open ones.
Bland is now 3 of 5 from downtown, leading everybody on the court with 11 points. Isom trying to respond. Nothing but nylon.
Ice in his veins.
Played in Hungary, I should say, with the Atamuru SE. And then last season played in Sweden. They call it the Basket Liga, and he played for Boris Basket.
Wow, you have done your homework, sir.
Jones trying to spread the court out here. He's got Isom on the near side. Doesn't necessarily detect him. Instead, he's going to go to the far side to Thomas, who's going to drive baseline, reverse off the window and in. Windsor Express playing the London Lightning, 2 p.m. tomorrow, live on NBLC TV, presented by Cujo Entertainment. Jones, step back 3, high arc splash.
I would not say that's a high percentage shot or a well-functioning offense. Nobody cutting through the middle, but he made it work.
That shot might have rippled the banners in this building. Had some high arc to it, partner. A battle of the ones as Bland gets this away from Haley. Gonna feed Dexter Williams Jr. And now it's up the court. Isom saving it for Haley. Haley, roll the highlight film.
3 highlight plays there is right. Good hustle and ball control and a good finish and a timeout by Sudbury. They don't want it to be a turning point.
And now the Express are also playing tonight in the lone other game as we're taking another look at the Haley Cram. Go up and get it, good sir.
It was interesting the last few offensive possessions for London.
And I got to give a big shout out to the Austin,
Haley.
Texas native, Marique Isom. Let's face it, he played 7 games, or started, I should say, of 20 games in the last season for London, averaging 10.8 points per game and 7.75 rebounds. He put his body on the line, diving into the front row to get that rock to Haley for the easy bucket. Williams lost it, got it to Big Z, 2-hand cram, make it look easy.
He's relentless, isn't he?
Harris thought about jacking up a long 3. Instead, it goes between the legs, uses a screen, and will hit it from the near wing. No, can't get it to go. Thomas off of Jones, feeds Jones up the court. The former Windsor Express member didn't like what he saw. He wanted him to push the pace there, John.
He did. He wanted Haley to cut down the middle, but Haley took his time getting down there. And this is where Haley needs to get the ball more often. He is unstoppable.
I mean, he made that look easy going against a 6'9" guy over him that wasn't playing lackadaisical defense.
Yeah.
Bland leading everybody on the court with points. Can't get this one to go, but Big Z's there to recycle it down. Zena at Decim1. And now some talking going down between Terry Thomas and Zena. And double technicals given out by the official down at the court. Elliot Etherington, an elongated conversation, walking up with the official all the way back to his bench on the sidelines there. So, I mean, if you're London, you'll take that. The guy came off of a huge 17-rebound double-double. Haley jacks up the 3, nails it.
So smooth. I really believe he could be a big part of the offensive side of it on the London Lightning.
That's his first made 3 of the evening to give himself 11 points and counting.
I know they have a sort of an egalitarian offense here where everybody shares the ball and scores, but sometimes you just want somebody to take control.
Oh, man, Dexter Williams Jr., I felt that one. Bland, corner 3, hits the back of the iron.
Everybody's battling hard underneath there. There's still good energy in this game, even though it's a 13-point difference.
Jones faked the pass, sprinted up the court, near side now to Haley, almost a bowling pin pass to Jordan Jensen-White, who in turn finds Isom bullseye.
But they've lost their way. They're losing the battle of wills that we talked about. 3 key points in the game. They imposed it early, got a little bit back, their mojo back in the second quarter. But since that time, it's been all Isom.
Isom trying to go back-to-back.
And he is officially on fire. 3 for 3. Battling each other for the rebound. Out of bounds it goes for the London Lightning. Again, I like that drive by Tate, though. I just love putting the defensive pressure on the inside. Oh, great backdoor cut. High screen in the backdoor cut for Isom down the lane for the easy basket.
Either way, 0 for 4. London will get the final shot. Maybe a midcourt heat from Haley. Here it is from long distance. It hits the rim. Cameron Forte had already sprinted out to midcourt after that ball hit the rim, by the way.
Yeah, I did.
So the London Lightning, as a result, John, now have a 23-point lead at halftime.
Not sure what they're discussing in half court there, but I saw Chris Jones go in.
There was a lot of first half theatrics, remember?
Yeah,
some
but I saw them going
and
together there at half court. The players are talking together, Chris Jones, and they shook hands. It looks like they apologized to each other is what it looked like.
Oh, some sportsmanship.
Yes, that's what it looked like to me.
Chris Jones looking to get back on the horse, so to speak, considering he has 8 points over the first half of action.
Terrific inside out, back inside play again. Great cuts to the basket by Amir Williams and terrific pass by Isom. Of course, they're rushing out at him. He was 3 for 3 from the threes. He's officially on fire, like I said, just like that video game from my kids play when they were young.
NBA Jam.
I know what it was. Now you say it. Yeah.
Jalen Bland has 11 points. So does Haley and Isom. Bland looking to take the lead. Can't do it as far as point getters is concerned. His team still trails by 25 points. Jones throws it up, and Amir Williams throws it down.
Not a good start for Sudbury. They are looking slow. I don't know if they're tired or if their mind's not there. A good fadeaway.
Bland responds. 5 of 12 now from the field for 13 points.
They are going to have to match the physical intensity and make some stops to Sudbury. 61 points they allowed in the first half.
Bland coming off of a 16-point, 9 rebound, 7 assist performance over 43 minutes of play. But, Coach, he only made 6 of 25 from the field against the Titans as Haley goes back to work.
He can do that all night.
He enters his 3rd season in Sudbury. Maybe Montana to Sudbury is not so much of a culture change, though, John.
That's true, yes.
As entering this season with 1,343 minutes in a 5 uniform. 3 ball, good. Oh, they call it just the 2, and he claps his hand at the official. Bland stuck on his pivot foot. Great defense from Terry Thomas. Eventually gives it up to Tyrell Gums-Fratter. Down low to Big Z or Big Zed. It doesn't matter where he comes from. It's in for the basket.
There's no denying him from that close.
Now Forte uses a screen for Tate to try and get around the bigs of Sudbury. Kind of went all the way around the defense.
That's a Kyle Lowry player, Fred Van Fleet now, right? Just going all the way
Forte,
around.
one-hander's good, and that's a good sign for Forte fans. When he nails those kinds of shots, he usually heats up. If you recall, though, partner, the Windsor Express hosted a team from Dayton from the Basketball League. From my understanding, Dayton had 6 players dress in that game. So Windsor, I believe, won by 30-plus points and allowed everybody to pat their stats along the way.
Yeah, there's some truth to that. And they have only played 3 games as well. So.
And to your point, Billy White messed around and got a triple-double in that game. Thomas from Forte. Beautiful apple from Cameron Forte.
And also a great backdoor cut by Terry Thomas.
Forte with numbers the other way. To Master Andre. It won't go. Still looking for his first points here in his London Lightning debut. Bland. Majority of the offense has gone through him, so why not drive to the window and lay it in? Nice pass to Terry Thomas, just out of the outstretched arm of Marcel White playing defense. Step back jumper from Terry, won't go. Rebounded away for Jalen Bland.
Percentages go way down when it's a contested shot.
6th rebound of the game for Bland. A circus shot goes. Man, oh man, Kirk Williams Jr. Now, London fans we remember seeing him doing that, but it was in a Lightning uniform a couple years ago. A little more content with that.
Yeah, that's what I would say. You can't get it all back at once, but let's look at here, parting of the Red Sea.
Thomas drives by a fellow 13 and lays it in. We mentioned it pregame. Raheem thinking about taking the 3, instead gives it to Lufiel, can't get it to go. A lot of these misses hitting the front of the rim from both teams right now. As the Kirk Williams Jr. show is here, laying it off the square and in.
He ran the floor hard that time and finished even with contact. from Lou Field. No foul called.
There's 2 Williams Juniors on the Sudbury 5. There's 2 Williams on London. It's the battle of the wills.
Well, I didn't do that on purpose, the battle of wills, but it is a good play on it, I guess, isn't it? Yes.
Lou Field recycles it down for his first bucket of the game.
He willed that one in if you want to do a play on that one as well.
Now that would mean that Raheem Williams and Josiah Masta-Andre, who's making his London Lightning debut, and you see him on the court right now, are the only 2 Lightning products to not have points. Oh my word, what a block! And this could lead to the first points. Why not for the Rook? Congratulations, Josiah Masta-Andre, your first points in the National Basketball League of Canada.
Definitely a milestone for him.
After recently playing for the Simon Fraser University in the NCAA Division II, he now finds himself playing pro ball here in the Forest City. On defense, though, he watches Tyrell Gums-Frater go one hand over him.
Pace of play has slowed down as well. Looks like London's trying to execute certain offensive formations and
you
plays.
Assume that favors London, too, considering time is of the essence for the visiting 5.
Exactly.
Lou Field to Thomas. Thomas at the rack, lays it off the rim and in.
They are still shooting 61% from the field.
Thomas, guarded by Bland, uses a Lou Field screen to lose him temporarily. Now the switch comes. Lou Field beneath the basket, can't get this one to go. They slap at it. Bland pokes it ahead, 3-on-1. Bland's gonna elect to take the 3. Damn. 3-on-1, you're expecting to see them drive towards the basket. They go, wait a minute, I need points.
That's their style.
Still with the ball, it's posted. Blown down to the floor to get it at Dowsawan. Lays it in craftily over Lou Field.
Long reach, got it up and over the hoop.
Haley from another area code, won't go.
Somebody's not paying attention to the shot clock. That's twice now the buzzer's gone when the ball's already hit the rim and the play is on the go.
Nifty move by Poser, laying off the right hand. UNLV, St. Bonaventure, and finished up at McNizzy State.
Yeah, they allow the transfers a lot more frequently now, right?
Haley, corner 3, splash.
But look at all the time he had. Nobody coming out at him, nobody putting any pressure to make him put him on the ball.
Well, they didn't limit London to 80. They didn't cut the lead down to 15. And they're not going to get a bucket to end out the third quarter. So nothing has gone right so far over the 3 quarters of play for the visiting Sudbury 5. Harris didn't see a good, on route, if you will, to the left side of Tate. Gives it to Big Z. The floater is nothing but an air ball. Bland has the shot clock expiring, rolls this one in.
Well, he's picking up his energy level and his frequency of shots as well. It's translating into points. He is their only real point producer at the moment.
Bland played 50 G League games, starting in 11 between the Salt Lake City Stars and the Wisconsin Herd. Had 314 points in his G League career. Forte gets the ball from Jones, drives low and goes after the much smaller, might I add, Jordan McDonald. Zena Adausamwan feeds his teammate in Jalen Bland, who's leading everybody on the court right now with 25 points. Another 3's away, and it's a bullseye.
Yes, like I said, he's kind of one of those players not afraid of any shot. He can get hot at any time.
Forte with his 7th rebound of the game. It's Tate, the general on the court right now for Doug Plum. Give and go with Amir Williams. Down low to Forte, goes up and lays it off the window.
So smooth with his left hand. He releases it so early it doesn't give the shot blocker any chance to get at the ball because he's sort of letting the ball go already on the way up.
Dowsawan looked on his pivot. Nobody came after him, so now he awkwardly puts this one up and he's disgusted with himself.
Yeah, William just stood his ground, stayed physically with him.
Trying to install a 22-point lead. This one won't go. Maraudering the ball away is Forte. Beautiful pass to Amir Williams to cap off the play. Blackjack on the board right now for the London Lightning lead.
Yeah, they're steadying the ship a bit here at London, playing a little bit more oomph after that streaky shooting from Jalen Bland.
Jordan McDonald, why not? Right hand off the square and in.
And 2 of them verified.
You know who's even closer than that? Jalen Bland, and he agrees with me, partner.
Okay.
Cameron Forte off the window, trying to recycle it as Amir Williams. The 2 bigs going at it. What are they playing? Patty cake out there and make her way is Amir Williams. Approaching 8 minutes remaining in this game. And it's been all Lightning since the first quarter of play.
They've been featuring Forte quite a bit as well.
And why not? He's going to get this one to drop. Forte now has 14 points in the game. And dare I say, coming off the Schneid partner, considering he's now 6 of 11 in this contest. He was 1 of 8 in his last one, and he's a rebound shy of the double-double. That would be his 3rd of the 2022 season. Made sure he didn't take the foul there, by the way. And what do you say right now if you're Elliot Etherington? 22-point deficit. You got 7:10 remaining in this one. I mean, it would be a crazy miracle, but we've seen things happen in this league.
We have. Just keep playing hard, trying to play, what your game is. That's what you need to do.
Jalen Bland from Dowson won. The shot clock reset. I don't believe that was accurate. Should have gone to 14. Lufield up to Forte. Forte, alley-oop to Haley.
Well, they're trying to do all the right things.
Name me another sport where you sit front row and you can physically get involved in the action like you are at basketball. Like that errant pass almost hit a fan directly in the face.
It did, yes.
But you mentioned it. The officials have done a superb job over the course of the game to make sure cooler heads are prevailing. Forte, nice move, rattles around, and it goes down.
He just loves it. Anywhere 6 feet and under the basket, he just got so many moves. Gonzaga would be nice if they finally win a national championship. Went undefeated to the last game last year, right?
Coach K's last March Madness. You don't want him to win?
I'm not a Dookie, but it's okay.
Not a Blue Devil? Okay.
I'm not a Kentucky or a Dookie guy, so to the 100-point mark, maybe not even to the 90-point mark.
Raheem Williams.
That's what I would be thinking about. Nice pass.
To Forte, the double hand cram.
He's returning the favor, right? He got it from Forte last time. Good dribble penetration, playing the fundamental basketball. A handoff to the big guy underneath.
Trying to extend this to a 30-point lead, currently 28 on the board. Jalen Poser trying to do something to change that. Draws the foul and gets the and one. More of an outside shooting perimeter kind of guy.
Well, that's what his reputation is, of course.
Haley for 3. I think that glanced off the rim. Lufield grabs it back up to Forte. Easy peasy.
Yeah, he's racking up the easy ones. The coach is keeping him out there, too.
Despite being 11 of 17 from the field, Forte goes 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. Now going all the way up the court for his 9th points of the game is Jalen Poser. He's now 3 of 5 in field goal range. Forte spinning off of McDonald, kicks it up to Mastandre. 3-ball, bullseye for the Rook. He gets back on defense, too, as Sudbury tries to push the pace. They get around the rookie, though, and cost them. So here on your Saturday evening, the London Lightning improved to a perfect 6-0 in the 2022 regular season. It's been 2 years, and exactly 1 day to the date the last time the Sudbury Five were here in London. They lost on that occasion, and here tonight they lose 117-92.